for giving this gap due to the net disconnectivity. Sir has given a very good lectures here. And now I want to introduce Jessie Asthana ma'am, that is Chief Executive Officer, SoftPro Group of Companies. Jessie Asthana, Chief Executive Officer, SoftPro Group of Companies, the youngest CEO of SoftPro Group so far, is working with the organization since past approximately 10 years with full devotion and dedication. She accomplished her higher education from Jivaji University, Gwalior in computer science. In her working tenure of 10 years, she worked for clients of national and international repute, and she started her career working with IT giants Wipro Technology Mysore, gradually shifting to Lucknow and joined SoftPro India after a short span of time. Now I want to welcome Jessie Asthana ma'am to deliver their expert lecture on ICT based teaching pedagogy model. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. It's really always nice to listen to you and to see you and to meet you, whether it is through an online mode or through an offline mode. And thank you for such a wonderful introduction of mine. And also to introduce me and to give me this opportunity to be a part of this FDP, this innovative FDP, which has been organized for the faculties. And I was really thrilled to when I got your email and I got to know so many participants like across the country, they have registered for this FDP program and they were keen to listen. Actually, sir, I would definitely say that it is all because of you. Whenever there is a webinar or any of the activity or any the seminar, webinar being organized by you, so people are so much interested. Even I also enjoy listening to you whenever you are speaking. So it's a pleasure.
Nice words.
Thank you so much, sir. So, very good morning to all of you, everybody who is present over here with the authorities from Slight Longowal, Dr. Manpreet Singh Manna, sir, Professor Marwaha, sir, who has given such a wonderful introduction of mine to all of you, and also the authorities, the college authorities from NIT Uttarakhand, who are also one of the organizers of this faculty development program. Well, I'm working with this IT industry since past 11 years. In fact, now this my 12th year is running into this field, the same industry, of which 2 years have been spent in Wipro Technologies, Mysore. And now currently I'm associated with the company SoftPro since past almost 10 and a half years. And I started my career as an HR and gradually, moving ahead with all my, as sir said, with a lot of dedication and devotion, I worked with the company and finally I'm the CEO of the company, taking care of all the operations into the company. Well, before expressing my thoughts, yes, I'm really happy that I have been given this topic to talk on ICT based teaching pedagogy, because being a representative from IT sector and talking on the topic ICT based teaching methodologies, I think this suits the things, and I think this will be this is a car basically which is having two wheels, one from the IT sector and the other one which the IT based enabled services and the things which are being used by the academicians nowadays. Dr. Manna, who's really an inspiration where it comes to talk about the innovative learning concepts, and he's one of the persons under whom whose guidance such initiatives could be made possible. Obviously, sir, your the projects is really rocking, and now it has really got a push during this pandemic. I mean, obviously this project was being must have thought years back, when this the foundation must have been kept. Nobody knew that such kind of a pandemic will come or will arise and people will be in such a dreadful situation. And when this e-learning and this concept of ICT based learning would be so much popular and would be the demand of the situation now. So yes, the thoughts were years back, and yes, this has really got a big push up. Before moving ahead and before starting off with the session, I would just like to share my screen so that I'll just start with my presentation. I know that so many professors, teachers, and so many renowned people are already have joined this session and talking on the theoretical part or talking about the things like the teaching methodology is nothing when I'm speaking because I'm a person from industry. But yes, I will definitely be showing you something very interesting, and I will be showing in my presentation of the day something which is the demand of the nation now. So let me just start my screen. Just give me a moment. Let me just share my screen. I think there is certain problem. Okay.
From our side, you are already organized. I don't think there will be.
Yes, sir. Actually, there is certain problem. I don't know why the screen has not been shared.
It's okay. In any case, you find this kind of difficulty, you just send me email immediately. I can play for you. No issue.
Yeah, sure, sir. Just to give me a moment,
No
maybe.
problem. Take your time. No problem.
Yeah, sure. Just a moment. All the other windows could be seen except the window which I have to show.
No. You just overall screen you share. Then you open that. You don't go for application based. Sometimes you go application based, it becomes problem.
Yeah, actually, that never happens because continuously we're organizing so many webinars, but it has never happened, which is happening now.
Have you ever done GoToMeeting earlier?
Yes, sir. Go to meeting we do have a licensed version and all the
Then there should not be a problem.
webinars have been organized by. I mean, we are organizing through Zoom and Go to meeting, but I don't know why. Like, is it now visible?
Yes, perfectly.
Okay. Okay, but I don't know why this. I can't now see the Go to meeting window as well.
You don't have to see that window.
Okay, fine.
We are watching. No problem.
Okay, thank you. So yes, the FDP which have been organized today, which is on the new tomorrow, and yes, a perfect topic for the day, which is new tomorrow because of this pandemic which has occurred. Now we are into a situation where the talking about of course this situation when this virus, this COVID-19 has taken place. Now this is the time when we have to think about something new, something innovative, and the whole world, not only our country but the whole world, is trying to overcome and fight against this virus, and survival of course is one of the a big question, and our government is trying up its best to provide us with the essentials like the food, medical facility, day to day required like the products and all, and of course the main sector which is being kept on halts, things have been moving gradually, but the education sector of course it has really got a setback during this pandemic. Today during this pandemic everyone is talking about, yes, about e-learning, about modern learning, about blended learning. मैंने एक पहला session attend किया था. It was I think by Professor Vandana Madam. She has really given a very fantastic presentation. The day one when I joined, she was talking about the latest equipments and the teaching pedagogies, what could be followed during this scenario. So yes, blended learning, the synchronous and asynchronous learning, the modern learning or the hybrid learning is now the question. But before that, yes, of course, the most important thing which I want to share with all of you, The theory part, talking about things like, the pandemic, talking about e-learning is a second issue. But today I would like to also share certain experiences with everyone. Well, today in 2020, we are talking about e-learning. In 2020, we are talking about video conferencing tools. It is now so simple and so easy for all of us, even a kid at our home. Like, the small kids can also very easily do a video call through WhatsApp, through Facebook, through all these, the equipments, what we have, the applications, what we have. And we all are so much techno savvy. Just think about the period 20 years back in 2000, when these all things were not present. We were only following the traditional methods of learning, the traditional methods of teaching, or even to communicate with each other, we only used to have the landline. Mobiles were also not so much popular. In fact, very few people were having mobile phones, those set phones, Siemens and all, which we had. So that time, director of software, my director, I'm sharing his experience actually, because that time I was also not so big and I was not into the industry. I started my career, I think, in 2008 when I started. So before that, like, in 2000, my director, he was in Hyderabad, and that time the first Indian, first company in India was being launched, and that company was into e-learning, and the name of the company was Mediversity Online Limited. It was the first e-learning portal which was being launched. It was mainly for the healthcare sector. That is, basically, it was being meant for the doctors and for the nurses, like those who are MBBS or maybe those who are MD, to improve their qualification, or maybe to get certain certifications. For people, going to a particular institute and joining there, leaving all their stuff, and doctors, obviously, their work is so much of emergency part, I can say. So yes, that time the need was being recognized, and this Mediversity Online Limited, which was a project, of the ex-director of SGPGI, Dr. Padma Shri Dr. Mahendra Bhandari. So Bhandari sir, he went from Lucknow to Hyderabad, and finally he he collaborated with the Apollo hospitals, where my director was one of the keynote members, and finally they founded Mediversity Online Limited. Until now, if you check on internet, you will find that that was the first Indian company who started the e-learning, and which was giving certifications to doctors and nurses. So that was the first part, the first experience which we know about our director. And the second one was, now, as I said, that video conferencing is so easy, video calls and all. But that time in 2000, late 90s, I should say, and early 2000, the video conferencing tools were not so much, popular, and it was not available in India. And there was a project with the name telemedicine. I think telemedicine now, if we talk about the healthcare sector, telemedicine is a very common name nowadays. But it was the first time when this word telemedicine was used. It was again in Andhra Pradesh, and there was a project on telemedicine being inaugurated by the then president of US, Bill Clinton, and that time the chief minister of Andhra Pradesh was Chandrababu Naidu sir, and Ajay sir, my director, and the entire team from Mediversity and from the Apollo group. Also, the technical partner was NIT Limited, so that time they all clubbed together, they all collaborated together, and finally this I should say this telemedicine project was being inaugurated. The main purpose was the video conferencing to be done, with other doctors from abroad, so that they can give their consultation to the doctors at rural area. This project was, and the main, the beauty of this project was, this project was not being inaugurated and was being executed in Hyderabad, which is one of the electronic cities nowadays. It was being inaugurated and was being implemented at a very rural area. The place was Aravanda district. It was in Chittoor, one of the very rural areas, where the doctors were being given the consultation from the doctors abroad, so that they can all, collaborate, they can exchange their thoughts, and the medical facilities could be made at ease in India. So that time, all the video conferences sir used to tell us the stories that all these, the equipments, they were being imported from France, because India was not having such kind of a big infrastructure, so that these kind of an activity could be performed. So these were two of the experiences which I would like to share, which was being taught 20 years back, and now in 2020, after 20 years, because of this pandemic, now we are so much inclined towards this online education or e-learning education or ICT based teaching, that is in information and communication technology. I'm not saying that people were not thinking about this. Obviously, one of the examples in front of us is Dr. Manna sir, who is one of the founder members and founder director of Swayam portal. But yes, since change is the new constant, I should say, and we are not so much ready to adopt new things as a human psychology, if I talk about. So yes, people are, they definitely, they know that yes, things are very much required, but people were not so much adaptable towards these things. Manasa was, I think I have, Manasa, I have attended many of your webinars also, many of because of this, which the platform what we have received. Earlier we were not so popular on webinars also, but now we are definitely very so much popular in webinars, and we got the opportunity to attend your webinars, and I've seen when you speak on e-learning, when you speak on Swayam, yes, people are now adopting that. But that is not only because it is being said, you must have given so many seminars years back also, but yes, now because the situation is wanting, so that is why people are adopting. So these are the two experiences. One experience I would like to share with all of you. The experience which I would like to share is from SoftPro itself. It was in 2008. In fact, 2009, when Bhandari sir, who was the founder member of Mediversity, currently he is in US, and he is currently the CEO of Vattikuti Foundation US, and he is currently working on, he is a doctor of course, and he is a Padma Shri by the then Prime Minister of India, Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee, because he was the first Indian surgeon to do kidney transplantation operation in India. And currently he's working on robotic surgery. And the AI, the ML, all these new concepts are being used in this robotic surgery, where a robot will be doing a surgery of a human. And many trials have been done, and few such kind of operations have already been done successfully. So he also had a very new concept which SoftPro has worked, and that concept, the name of that particular project is MediCouncil. MediCouncil was being launched in 2012, and it is a kind of an online hospital. It's not about only the education sector, which is now moving towards this, the platform, that is the online platform. But yes, the other industries, the other factors are also focusing on such kind of an activity, such kind of adopting such kind of an IT services. So MediCouncil is purely developed and designed by a SoftPro team. My technical team has designed that particular project. It is an online hospital. The main target of this project is to, they are basically targeting the patients who are coming to India from Africa and from Asian countries. Basically, India, in terms of medical facility, if we talk about, is going on number one, but not, of course, not among the developed nations. But yes, African and Asian people, they are migrating to India for their consultation, for their medical aids and facilities. So this project online hospital is a complete hospital which is being made on a virtual platform, that is on a on a web platform, where 4,000 doctors from across the globe, they have been collaborated together, and there are so many video conferencing tools and other different patented programs have been there, and the concepts have been implemented on this MediCouncil, through which, yes, one of the keynote persons in MediCouncil is Dr. Naresh Trehan, who is the chairperson of Medanta Group, and Dr. PC Reddy, who is the chairperson of Apollo Group, and also the Dr. And Professor Sargopalan, who is one of the persons from Triple IT. He is also one of the keynote members who's giving us certain, the inputs of him from the sector, from the IT sector, like whatever, the advices we can get. So this is also one of the platforms, MediCouncil, which Team SoftPro has made and developed and launched, through which the entire health sector has come to a e-platform. So this was the experiences which I wanted to share with all of you, and I have been into the education sector since past 11 years, apart from the parallel handling the corporate clients and the development wing of the company. The training has always been my passion because till now I think Softro has trained more than 2 lakhs engineers in the span of 10 years, where we have given big number of students who have been trained by Softro. Yes, so training has always been my passion, and that is why education is one of the keynote things which is there in my, I should say, in my blood. The education, the teaching, the training, all these has come in my blood, even though I'm handling the development thing.
Yeah, Yashi, your slide is not changing. Are you not changing yourself, or it's stuck up? Because it's only first slide we are looking here.
Okay, sir. Is it now it has changed?
No, it's the same only.
Same. I have changed the slide.
Now it's changed. Works.
Okay, fine. So this slide, I think this was just my works and options. I think it has already been shared. Yes, an initiative I have taken in Africa also. Last year, sir, I was in Africa, and we have signed MOU with one of the countries, Malawi. It's one of the Eastern African country, and there we have signed an MOU so that we can provide them IT education and computer literacy to the students of Malawi, the entire country. Since Malawi is the Africa, it's a step back from India, obviously in terms of IT education and in terms of trainings and teachings and all. So yes, we have signed an MOU with the government so that we can provide them with such kind of services, software development and training. So I'm just skipping this slide. Softro infographic, I would like to just give a niche about the company. Well, Softro India, it established in the year 2004, and it was into software development. Our main aim was software development. In 2008, we came up with Softro Learning Center, which is into training and internships. In 2014, we came up with Softro Innovations, which is into R&D and automation division, where we are into manufacturing of the different equipments and products for the different sectors. Like two sectors we have mapped in our automation sector, where one was the production and industry, and the other one is the transportation industry, where we have given two products, automated products, and we are also into the we are going to patent our products for the same. And Softro Foods, yes. Softro Foods, I think sir, अभी जो ये pandemic हुआ है, जो ये situation थी, उसमें we have finally we got to know that yes, if you are running a business, definitely foods is one of the sectors which will never get into saturation. Education will also definitely never get into saturation, but this is the thing which will never get a halt, because people, whether they are whether it is a good situation or a bad, food sector is evergreen sector. So yes, we also have our unit agro production division in Barabanki district in UP, and yes, this is the need of the hour e-learning division of Softro with the name PolyPrep, which I will be demonstrating in the later slides. So this was the small introduction. Now, topic of the day. Topic of the day is ICT based teaching pedagogy. So I would say that coming to the topic ICT, well, I think pandemic has taught us so many things in life. We need to change our habits, our behavior, our perspective towards life. In terms of education system, if we talk about, yes, the biggest subject taught to us is e-learning or internet-based learning. That is learning from a remote location or from a any geographical location in without having our physical presence. That is the learning. And yes, so many tools are here available to us, like MOOCs project. Of course, we have SWAYAM, we have, and many other such kind of initiatives being taken by the government sector, as well as the private sector is also providing such kind of services at a very meager cost. Almost many of the services are free of cost as well. So I would like to mention here that it was not our fault, of course. Instead, it is just the human psychology that people are not adopting such kind of things unless and until they have been given a stick on their head. Yes, you have to do this. People never focus on doing such kind of things. So all the traditional ways, of course, have been failed, and the complete lockdown has finally given us such kind of the situation where social distancing has to be followed. Schools, colleges, all closed. So, and yes, administrative authorities and all the people, they were helpless in terms of, the learning methods. Even CBSE board, like, we have seen that CBSE has promoted the people, the students, because the exams were not being possible to be taken. Universities have, promoted the students without conducting their classes, without conducting, because it was a situation which came all of a sudden. We were not prepared for the same. So here comes the significance of the importance of e-learning system in the education, in the Indian education system. And it is today where we are under such circumstances where if e-learning has been in India previously, I mean, it was being one of the, important elements of the education system. Yes, we would not have suffered so much in education, of course. And moreover, the physical distancing can easily be acquired along with the uninterrupted learning. Well, now talking about the teaching. Well, I think teaching is both an art and a science. And commenting on teaching or talking about something on teaching in front of so many faculties is, I think, it's not my cup of tea. But yes, when we are talking about teaching and learning, this quotation has to be there, where teaching is, of course, an art as well as it is a science. How you teach a student, because it is obviously, it is in the hands of a teacher, the new India, the child, whether he is going to become human being with moral values, a person who is becoming a criminal or anything. It is all about his upbringing, which is in the hands of a teacher as well as in the hands of the parents. And I think teachers play a major role as compared to the parents in terms of a right human being. The era is changing and we are now in a paradigm shift. Things are changing and people are adopting so much of new culture, new tradition and new environment. And yes, teaching is not just simply completing the syllabus, what I feel, because I have been into the education sector almost, I think I have visited all the engineering colleges where my domain is. I have been into polytechnics, diploma colleges. I think North India, the pan-India colleges I have been visiting. And what I have seen and what I have analyzed, those colleges who are only focusing on just completing the syllabus, comparatively to those students where those colleges and the students where the focus on learning is mainly emphasized, because making the students learn and understand the subject deeply is very much important. It's an art how to make your learner beautifully understand the concept so that they can move, they can excel in this cutting thread technological era, because so much of competition is here. If we talk about only in UP, because I'm from Lucknow, I talk about UP. In Uttar Pradesh itself, if you see the census, 15 lakh engineers are passing out every year. I mean, every year. So we can understand. Same cases with the other states also, whether you talk about Maharashtra, whether you talk about Punjab is definitely a smaller state as compared to UP, but yes, there are so many colleges, so many students are passing out every year. So competing this competition, definitely just mugging up the syllabus is not the need of the hour. It is how you understand your syllabus. It is very important, and how you understand your concepts. So it is only a teacher who can make a child into a better human and hence make a new India. Now coming to the traditional teaching. Well, if I talk about the traditional teaching, the teaching and the methodology which we have been following since years and years, well, yes, it was one of the, we cannot say that it is a failed, method. Obviously, we have been learning. I have also been brought up with the same traditional kind of a learning, but yes, things change. Just like centuries are, moving, we also have to adopt such things. Like traditional, few of the points which I should definitely talk about is the traditional classes are more suitable. Yes, before going to the e-learning, I should definitely say what exactly the features of traditional learning are. Traditional classes are more suitable where the children, when the teenagers are able to, communicate with their teachers and they are able to communicate with each other. Regular attendance gives interaction, where the students are interacting with their peers, where they are interacting with their, the batchmates, friends, they're making friends instead of being sitting in a room, isolated room. In online learning, they are having an environment, a physical environment where they are having a 360-degree growth in their, in their personality. So yes, this is also one of the features. Classroom learning helps. students and teachers know each other very well. Dr. Manna sir, because sir ने जैसे बोला भी कि we have first met in Slight Longowal when I went there, and we have conducted a workshop with my team member, with my technical head. So it was possible that we are having such a good relation because we met each other. And think about if we have met only on an online platform. I would have said, yes, sir, hi, I'm this and this. I would have said, yes, I'm this, and this is our profiles. We must have interaction, but that is limited. Whereas interaction, physical interaction is very much important. So yes, classroom learning helps the students and teachers get a bond in a better manner. This allows teachers to also know the students and evaluate their strengths and their weaknesses and act as a mentor. Teachers are always a mentor for the students, and they are the first guide for the students. So this is only possible through traditional learning. And in a traditional classroom, students can directly share their views and clarify their doubts immediately with the queries with their with the teachers. So most of the time, I should say that the books and the classroom teachings and their lectures, the teacher written notes, or when the teacher is teaching and we all are preparing the notes, it is very much important. It is very helpful as compared to our notes which has been given on online, and the notes which we prepare while learning the things from the teacher. It is very different. We online we mug up things, and in the classroom teaching we understand things. So this is the main difference. So I think yes, the traditional teaching is the online learning can never take place of a traditional learning, but yes, the online learning can supplement the traditional teaching. And I think that today is the time when we should have a blended learning concept, where we should have both the things together for an overall development of the student or for a learner. So I think, lastly, I should say that the interaction with good teachers help motivate students to achieve higher marks, which is the main concept of traditional learning. Now talking about on the next slide, traditional learning versus modern online learning. Well, if I talk about the traditional and online learning, well, do you think that online learning can take place of the traditional learning? I've already given the answer. When we compare online and traditional teaching methodologies, the first thing that strikes is the presence of a computer or a smartphone with the students, and yes, the lack of a classroom or a teacher. And yes, internet connection is very much important. For some learners, it is not a very big thing because people are having such kind of an equipments this infra. What about those who do not have the computers or smartphones, or they are lagging the internet connectivity at their places? Both the things. Is my voice audible?
Yes, it's
Yes,
very
ma'am,
much.
audible.
Okay, because I just got the noise of muted and unmuted. I thought maybe I'm just muted.
Maybe some of the participants, I don't know whether they are doing intentionally or unintentionally, they unmute sometimes. So we have to do this. Yeah.
Okay, no issue, sir. It's perfectly fine. So, yes, traditional learning versus modern learning I was talking about. So they are, many students are so much comfortable. They know the software, they know how to, relate themselves with online learning, the applications which they have to use. But yes, many are there who do not know how to use these softwares, how to use a computer, how to use a laptop. Because in my career, I think I've taken more than 1.5 lakhs of interviews till date in this 12 years of career, because I started as an HR, definitely. So my first work was the campus recruitments and the hiring in my company. So I have been to the remote locations, I have been to the villages of or the rural areas of UP, as well as I have been to the one of the prestigious colleges. Like last year I was in IIT Kharagpur also. So the span is from rural till the urban area, from the lowest, the unit of education, the ITIs and diplomas, till the BTech colleges I have been to, and I've seen that many students are not been able to adopt these kind of online platforms, and they're not having their proper infrastructure. But I would like to show you one, I think my screen is visible, and I want to show you this survey which I have on my screen, where Indian market size was rupees 3.3 trillion in 2011, which has now been increased to 5.9 trillion in 2015. It was an old survey. And internet users to double by 2018. Well, in India, internet users have been doubled by 2018, and rural users to rise by almost 40% of the total. Means such a big hype in terms of internet users in India. And अगर हम रूरल यूजर्स की बात करें 40% उसमें से जो है राइस था वो रूरल बैकग्राउंड. India will be the world's second largest smartphone market. Right now, if we talk about the smartphone market, because e-learning can very easily be accessible on smartphones also. So we are on the second number. India is also the second biggest e-learning market globally after the US. If I talk about this survey, India currently is the biggest e-learning market globally, just after United States. So that means those who are saying कभी ऐसा होता है when we when we are talking about the e-learning, yes, there are many disadvantages, but India is growing very fast, what we can see. And the Digital India aims to reach 250,000 villages in India by 2019. So this was an old survey which we have seen. Now it is like 2020. So by now, so much of awareness has already been happened in urban as well as in the rural India, which is one of the surveys. So this is what I was talking about, the traditional and the modern online learning comparison. So this was the survey, and I think people are now switching to modern online learning. Now, moving ahead, talking about e-learning. Well, talking about e-learning, well, it is nothing but a platform which is a modern digital substitute of the traditional classrooms. Here, the e-learning course is being hosted and it is being allowed to share and being viewed by multiple users in form of files, PPTs, videos, chats, and with the participants, and they also grade their work, the work of the students, and many more things. Well, e-learning do not require any kind of a physical contact, of course. Mass gathering or any physical classroom is not being required. We do not have to collect in masses to get learned by on any of the topics by any of the teacher. And yes, there is no human interaction during e-learning. While sitting at home, yes, students can very easily learn their core subjects and teachers can easily teach from home. Now talking about few of the points, the points which are of e-learning, which are very much promising points in terms of e-learning. Well, the first point is quality teaching. Good teachers can be made available to students in remote locations also through video conferencing tools or through virtual guidance. Yes, for example, Dr. Manna, sir, he is one of the professors from Slight Longwal. So those students who are from Slight Longwal, they have this opportunity to learn under Dr. Manna, sir. But what about a student who is in UP and who has been known about Dr. Manna, sir, who has attended a webinar on, by him, and he's so much impressed and he wants to learn from him. But he cannot move to Punjab, of course, or Manna sir cannot come to UP. So yes, this is one of the most promising point of e-learning, a feature where the quality teaching could be distributed and people can access it from anywhere. Think about a person who is doing his degree from any of the universities from US. In fact, now many of my known people, those who are doing their MS or maybe any such kind of a course or any degree from US, because of this pandemic they have been stopped in India itself. They cannot go to US, of course, and the aviation sector is also on a halt. So from sitting from here, they can learn things from any of the faculties or any of the teachers who are in US. So now the location is not a barrier in e-learning. Second point is the infrastructure. Well, in terms of infrastructure also, with online courses, students in rural India, especially, I'm not talking about urban India, I'm talking about the rural India. Well, rural India, where people are not having schools, they're not having colleges. Think about or talk about a village in any of the states of India. So obviously there are no infrastructure, there is no such kind of a college for a student. But yes, if he's having an internet connection, if he's having a laptop or maybe just a smartphone, without having such kind of an infrastructure or a physical school or a physical college, a student can learn new technologies, anything through through e-learning. Third point is reusability. Of course, suppose by utilizing of the shell contents, a lot of time and efforts can be saved. Of course, the content, the video lectures, the PPTs, the printable notes, everything is available every time. Whether the teacher is present or not, the content is always available. फॉर एग्जाम्पल यहाँ पे मैं ई लर्निंग से हटके थोड़ा सा एक दूसरे सेगमेंट का मैं एग्जाम्पल लूंगी. आई विल टेक एन एग्जाम्पल ऑफ बॉलीवुड. Well, recently we got to know that Rishi Kapoor, he got expired. We also lost one of the stars, Mr. Khan, Irfan Khan. Then recently, the youngest actor, Sushant Singh Rajput, he is no more with us. So, of course, they are not present, they are not here, but yes, their films are here. The content is available on internet. Whenever we feel, we can definitely switch on our TVs. Whenever we feel we want to watch their movies, we can just switch on our laptops and go surf the movies whichever we want to, and we can have we can watch their movies. It's so easy and simple. The person is not here. I mean, the person is now no more with us, but his content, his videos, his movies are with us, which we can retrieve anytime, whenever we want. Yes, we will not be getting the new content, of course, but but we do have the videos, the movies which already they have been telecasted on. जो movies already वो बना चुके हैं, we do have. So of course, this is the reusability. This is the feature of e-learning. आप भी all the teachers who are here, if you are recorded a video of yours, student can anytime access that, and you also you do not have to conduct a live class again and again on the same topic. Just record it and make it available for the students who can use it again and again for their learning. Then the student retention, yes. The talk and chalk classroom. Talk and chalk means, I mean, the blackboards, the classroom, the physical classrooms. If we talk about the talk and chalk classrooms, if replaced by PCs, that is the personal computers or the smartphones, and the devices connected with the internet, they play a very major role in attracting as well as retaining the students. अब क्योंकि चीजें बदल रही हैं, स्टूडेंट्स अपग्रेड हो रहे हैं. आजकल छोटे से बच्चे 4 साल के बच्चे भी हमारे घर में होते हैं. दे आर वेरी टेक्नो savvy nowadays, और उनको खिलौने से नहीं खेलना होता है. दे वांट टू प्ले विद आवर मोबाइल. So they are so much techno savvy, and if they are getting things, the learning could be done through these devices itself. This can definitely enhance the student retention in e-learning as compared to physical learning, of course. Then the freedom to learn. Suppose if this, in terms of digital learning, if we talk about, yes, students can choose any time, whenever they have, their convenient time, and they can learn because the content is available. They can just log in and they can start learning. It's not about that they have to get up early in the morning at 7 o'clock and they have to rush to the school or the colleges to learn to get the knowledge, or maybe to to the physical classrooms. But yes, whenever they have their convenient time, they can just switch on their laptops or their mobile phones, and they can start learning as per their convenience and their need. Then the point is about flexibility. Well, flexibility as online resources can be accessed anytime, anywhere, of course. Even the students who are unable to attend the regular classes can very easily study with the use of this e-learning platform. This will help the students who have to work, or maybe those who are differently abled, maybe they are not able to visit the place. They can still be there in their rooms comfortably, and they can learn things. And yes, the analytics, the course contents, the outcomes can be accessed quickly with minimal efforts and used for formulating the future policies. Of course, the analytics, the quickly judgment and the assessment through e-learning, the platforms, it is very easy as compared. Just think about, if a teacher has to take a quiz, he has taken a quiz, or maybe a test, a pile of copies kept on his table just to check and analyze and to evaluate, and switching to the e-learning platform, which is being done automatically. And artificial intelligence is really playing a major role in e-learning, where the computer or the laptop itself is so much equipped, the software is so much equipped, and it is having that intelligence to check a copy using artificial intelligence, which we as an IT professional, if I talk about, IT industry is using a massive use of AI, that is artificial intelligence. So these are some of the points e-learning. In terms of e-learning, if we talk about, yes, these are the promising 7 points which we should take into consideration when we talk about e-learning. This is a small photograph I would like to show you all. A very nice picture which purely shows the concept and the benefit of learning. We can see across the globe so many people are connected together, where we have learners and where we have the teachers as well. And teachers are teaching the students from any part of the country. They are sharing their ideas, they're sharing their contents, and they are teaching the students from anywhere across the globe. So this is one of the photographs. Now coming to the main point, that is the most popular tool of e-learning. It was, I mean, till now I was talking about the e-learning, I was talking about the benefits, the points, the features and all, but which is the most popular tool which we should use while e-learning? So it is LMS, that is Learning Management System. The most popular tool in e-learning, which it can also be compared to virtual classrooms, where students learn through lectures or discussions, and they receive tasks, they submit papers, or they they also get grades. So LMS allow all the sharing of videos. It allows the sharing of audio clips, the video clips, the slideshows, the PPTs, the PDF files. It is one of the best suitable media for reading, for activities, and even for the quizzes and self-assessment tools. There is an instructor or a teacher who runs the course, but it is it is also possible for students to do the separate modules alone at the time when it suits them best, which I have shared, which I have described in the features also. The best thing about LMS is that studies can be done from any time in any location, geographical location, with maintaining social distancing, and also keeping yourself safe from this dreadful disease, of course. Essentially, all the LMSs are they are of the standard module. If I talk about those standard LMSs, they typically follow certain modules, the uniform modules, which the LMS which is being launched by SoftPro is also following. The first part is the analytics, with various degrees of quality and the checking part of the students, the apps, the assignment submissions, the discussion forums where the students can interact with each other. So that I was talking about the interaction in the physical classrooms or the traditional classrooms, of course. So here also we have the discussion forums, which saves the problem of the interaction, the file uploads, the download capacity, and also there are the grading systems of the students, where the grading part could be done, the instant messages, the online calendar through which they can get to know the schedule, when their classes are scheduled, when their exams are scheduled, when their tests are scheduled, the online news and announcement process, the online quizzes, the wiki part, where the knowledge or where the content is being brought up into the LMS through internet also, and the widgets that allow the connections to social media. And also one of the parts is the gamification, which also create interest among the students while learning through an LMS. So this was about the LMS. Well, social media platform is also playing a very major role in terms of learning through distance. It offers, the chat rooms, the online, discussion forums, the learning communities where teachers can register themselves, and then definitely they can, after that they can interact with the students, and they can play their part of learning with the students. I must say that yes, education can still be uninterrupted and can go with maintaining all the social media, social distancing formulas through these LMSs, which are now taking place and are getting so much popular. And now it was abhi tak jo maine aapko bataya, it was all about the e-learning, the traditional learning and all. Now, being an IT professional, being a person from IT industry, I would like to share something with all of you, and that is Polyprep. Well, yes, we are not so big like Udemy, like Coursera. These all are international platforms. These all are the international companies who are taking a big share in Indian markets. But yes, India PV people are also not so far from them, and we are also trying our level best. And we are also working on these such kind of a platforms. And finally, SoftPro, my team, has launched Polyprep. Polyprep, we have taken this name as a, poly means many, prep means preparation. So many preparations at a single place. And the tagline is, of course, knowledge at your doorstep. So Polyprep is our e-learning product through which the students are getting trained on their course curriculum subjects, as well as they are getting trained on multiple technologies which are ruling into the market, whether we talk about any of the branch. Well, about Polyprep and e-learning product by SoftPro is one of the places where college students, where learners, where universities can, they have been given a platform where they can go for their e-learning. We fulfill all the needs and requirements of a learner and cater the best possible solutions, whether studying a course curriculum of their college or learning a trending technology. Polyprep takes care of an institution by providing them a complete digital solution to run the classes digitally, which includes the student management, faculty management, content management, assessment tools, attendance modules, e-learning, e-library, and many more. So this is about a small introduction about Polyprep. Well, the vision of the behind developing this portal Polyprep is by SoftPro is to set the global standards in online and digital learning. Polyprep is committed to implement and the blended and the online learning in a strategic manner that is mindful of true cost and the continuing value of traditional educational model. Blended and online learning strategies offer unique opportunities to develop innovative pedagogies that engage the learning styles of 21st century students and facilitate the goal of expanding access to lifelong learning opportunities. So this is the vision on which Team Software is working. The mission, of course, of Polyprep is to create community and knowledge around quality online, blended and digital learning while driving innovations. Polyprep provides support, training and online learning to distance learners and college students in hybrid and web enhanced classes. The story of Polyprep, after a legacy of 16 years and becoming a leader in providing offline training to the students of BTech, Diploma, MCA, BCA, all the students, SoftPro found that classroom training is not the only solution of training the students in masses, because the physical presence of every student, of course, is not possible. And through this e-learning platform, we can reach up to a student who is sitting in the extreme south of India, north of India, or maybe sitting across the globe, maybe in India or abroad. So yes, we came up with our new e-learning product Polyprep to make the students learn their favorite technology or core subjects from a remote location on very minimal cost. Well, objective of Polyprep aims to reach all the learners who wish to learn new training technology. And this is, as you can see the diagram over here, which I have, made. It is, a system or a Polyprep which is giving a blended or a hybrid learning kind of a concept through our online method to a student to learn and acquire knowledge. Well, the products by Polyprep is the Academia preparation tool for diploma as well as for the BTech. Academia preparation, why? Because Academia preparation means where we are, making the students learn their curriculum so that they can get, they can score good in their, semesters or in their university or in their college. The second, so this is what we are providing to the colleges so that the faculties can make the students learn their subjects. Then the corporate learning solution, which is the experts from Polyprep or from SoftPro who are training the students on different technologies, the training technologies of all branches, and the digital campus system where the entire digitization could be done of an institution or for a college. It is basically an ERP. Well, the advanced features. Polyprep is well equipped with all the features like live streaming classes by industry experts or by the college faculties, rich contents in form of notes format, 24/7 support is being given by the Polyprep support team, specialized courses teaching as per the university or the board syllabus, and uninterrupted learning for every learner is our motto. So we create quality education for the student, which the motto of ours is. Well, APT, I've already told that APT is one of the products of Polyprep, which offers the college authorities an easy and user-friendly platform to prepare the students for their syllabus through e-learning, where we have subjective test, objective test, e-notes, expert learning, PowerPoint presentations, instructor-led classes, understanding of the subject using video tutorials, and many such kind of things. Even we have mock test papers module as well. Automatic attendance marking, quiz evaluation, and scorecard progress report of every learner are few of our modules. Well, APT is having certain features like it is very easy to access, it is user friendly, it is having a very simple UI, that is the user interface, and it is available in web as well as mobile mode. Means we have Polyprep on web as well as we have Polyprep on Android app as well, so that people can use it through mobile phones, smartphones as well. The LMS features also includes the course e-contents, which is available to make the students learn. The question bank, we have a big content repository where the quizzes and assignments can be available to the students, and they can go through their question bank. They can do their self assessments, and it is we have 12 different 12 different types of questions, which can be uploaded. It is in the form of MCQs, true and false, fill in the blanks, numerical types, file a response, short answers, and match the correct answers. All these things are available on Polyprep. Attendance module. This is one of the biggest problem of the teachers or the faculties, because they are more concerned for the attendance of the students. So our LMS is well equipped to take attendance automatically when a student or a learner joins the class. LMS also provides detailed progress report of each learner which course attained. Archive videos is also one of the features where after the completion of every lecture, LMS gives access the learners to automatically view their previous class. That is the class recording, because it is also suppose if there is a student who is there is a power cut, or maybe internet is slow, network issues are there, the class is already being taken by the teacher and he missed the class. So not a worry, he can definitely log into his LMS dashboard and he can view his class recordings. And the most important tool, that is the live streaming classes. Simply a batch will be created and student will be seeing a join class button, and the teacher will be seeing a start class button. Click on that button and the instructor led, that is the live class, will start as per the course or per the schedule or as per the curriculum of the the batch or the course. So these are some of the features of LMS. This is the dashboard, the screenshot where you can see how the course has been created. There are 5 different segments through which a course has been created: overview, topics covered, settings, course modules, and summary. This is the modules, how we are creating the modules. Settings, well, I think instead of showing you the screenshot, it is better that I should give a demonstration of the Polyprep LMS, because the starting, this is the batch settings. You can see over here the attendance module, the manage assessments, invitations, certificates, completion, learners, instructors, everything is available over here. And this is how the attendance module is seen, where you can see automatic attendance has been marked by the LMS itself of the days. This is the completion criteria, whether you want to complete it as the module as a quiz or as assignment. So this is the progress report of a learner, which we can see. So yes, this was about the presentation of the the LMS, about the e-learning, about the teaching pedagogies by using the IT services. And now I would like to give a small demonstration. I think I have time. Sir, I will be taking just 15 minutes more so that I can show the demonstration of the LMS. If I can get some time.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Most 5 to 6 minutes. Reason is they will go for lunch. They have to join sharp 2 o'clock. They have exam today. So those who will be late today, they will miss exam. They will be missing certificate. So I don't want to keep this excuse. Who left us late? We are coming late. So,
I can understand, sir. Okay, I'm just sharing a screen, and quickly I will be showing the LMS demonstration to all the participants. Is my screen visible?
yes, it is visible.
Okay, so sir, this is the dashboard of our LMS, that is Polyprep, and currently in this month we can see that the learners which we have enrolled is 1694. We have conducted 547 online classes. There are 972 new enrollments. 229 completions have been done. So this is the dashboard what we can see, and over here we can see so many the options of dashboard, user, courses, classes, assessments, and all. And Here you all can see that start class button because I am a trainer, so I can see a start class button. Whereas when there is a student, he will be it will be shown as join class button over here. So this is how a student, when logging into his or her dashboard, he can see a join class button. Simply clicking on this button, he or she will definitely be migrating towards the the online class. Nothing to do with the installing or opening Zoom or GoToMeeting or any other video conferencing tool. Simply click on join class. The class will automatically start. And you can also see that the notification will also mention over here that today I have a class at 6:10 p.m. of this batch, and upcoming I can see the other classes also. If I click on upcoming, we can see that other classes are also being scheduled, and today there is only one class. Then if I talk about users, we can see manage users. If I talk about in total, if we talk about my this 3,529 users are being added since the launch. This PolyPrep was launched on in May 2020 during this pandemic lockdown itself. So till now we have trained 3,500 students on this PolyPrep LMS, and this is how we can see the users. Well, mainly I want to show you the courses, how the courses are being designed over here, and they are being uploaded. Courses are being created. Is my voice audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Audible.
yes,
Audible.
Yeah. Okay, sir. So this is the web designing tool section where this course is being created. The name of the course, the category of the course, then course code is there. Then the description we can put on over here, whatever description we can want to. Then how many days this course will run, like 15 days, 30 days, 40 days, whatever. Then the prerequisites required, the objectives, and learning outcomes. Also, there is the option of FAQs which will be visible to all the students. So here we can see the overview, and we can put on a photograph, a small photograph also over here, designed and put it over here, which will be visible to the students. Then the second section is of topics covered, where you can see that the student so many, like whatever topics have to be covered is mentioned over here. It's kind of a the metadata, means the data about the data, like the contents, the indexing part. So this is like the topics and the subtopics mentioned. Settings, this is one of the this is basically the structure, or I should say how the course will run. So sir, you can see that over here we have mentioned the in delivery mode we have self study, where audio the videos, recorded videos could be put on. This self study course will run automatically without any human intervention. Students will enroll and they will learn. Web conference is one of the tools where instructor-led classes will go on, in campus and blended, where offline and online classes both will be running simultaneously. If we have certain instructor plan, we can go for yes, otherwise no. Course completion rule, किस तरीके से हमारा course complete होगा, so it will be module wise. We have made it like module wise. Then course traversal rule, course rating, that is the feedbacks, surveys. Then when the course, learners can get access when the course starts or immediately after they enroll. Learners access will expire. How many days we want, we can give it. Like suppose the course is over, so how many days students will access this LMS. And discussion forum, enable or disable. Grading scheme. This grading scheme is already mapped from the other, from the settings part. There is a settings part where we make the grading, like A plus we want to give to those who have scored 80%, B to 80, less than 80, then C to 50, like we can make as per our requirement. Certificate, if you want to put on the certificate, we can just map the certificate from here. Suppose if we go on for free certificate courses, then we can map a certificate. It will be sent automatically to a student. So this is how the course will run. Now the most important part is the course module. So here we can see how the course modules are being planned. Here we can see over here the add content part. Suppose I just want to show you all how this is being done. Suppose if I go on to the introduction to HTML, this is one of the modules. And if we click on welcome, suppose, this is how the window will be visible to the students. We just have to, upload the PPT and it will be seen in such a format. Welcome to HTML and all the, the things could be seen over here. The students can learn their content and just completing their content, they will be migrated to the quiz. So number of questions 20. View quiz, you can see over here the quiz is being set for the students with 0.1. It is also having certain time limit, so students will be now completing their quiz. Once completing the quiz, which will be checked automatically, and after that they will be moved to the next module, which says there is an assignment to be submitted by the student. So view assignment, we can see over here, this is the file response where a question is being asked and the student has to submit the file. Or maybe there are certain, the short answer questions also, which I will also show you all. And then the student will continue and he will be migrated to the second module, that is the second chapter. That is lecture number 5, you can see. Now the completion criteria, how it is being done. Suppose if we go to this module, Introduction to HTML. The net has gone a bit slow. Yes. Here we can see the quiz part. There are 4 options. If I upload a content, either I can go for completion criteria as mark as complete, where a student will only tick on the mark as complete option and he'll go on to the next module. Or if we have uploaded a video, so the time spent, suppose there is a video of 20 minutes, so we can set a time spent of 20 minutes, so that the student should first of all see the whole video and then only he is allowed to move to the next module. If he doesn't go for watch the video for 20 minutes, he will not be allowed to go to the second module. The modules will be long. Then this is the quiz and assignment. Quiz, you can see over here that this is how a quiz is being added, a question is being added. Suppose I go for create question, you can see multiple choice, true, false, ordering, fill in the blanks, matching, numericals, audio options, and multi-part question. These are the different types of quizzes, which the questions which can be added. If I talk about the settings, you can see the passcode we can fix, the time limit we can fix, the negative marking we can fix, attempts we can give to the students. Like by default we have given 3 attempts to the students, shuffling of the questions, and whatever we want to put on we can give to the students. So this is the part of setting. Now moving to the assignment part, where we have given 2 options to the faculties. Like suppose if there is an assignment, you can see if I go for edit assignment, we have 2 options. If we create a question, short answer, where student have to just write on the dashboard and submit the question. File a response, where student has to submit the file. And if we go for a file a response, there are more than 20 formats which we have incorporated, like TXT, JPG, PNG, and Word, PDF, Excel, any is allowed. Whichever instructor wants the file to be submitted by the student, he or she can put a particular format. Settings, if I talk about, yes, in settings we have pass score, time limit, and learner can move to next module. If a teacher wants कि हम पहले उसको check कर ले, we want to first evaluate and then the student should go to the next module, we can go for only after evaluation. We can click on the radio button. If we want that student can submit and can move on to the next module, and the teacher can submit, can check the assignment later on, so we can just put on as immediately after submission. So this is how the quizzes and assignments have been put. We also have the content repository. You can see over here we have a huge content repository in our LMS as well, where you can see that all the questions, all the data, everything is over here. The questions, the assessments, rubrics, course modules, labels, everything is, teaching kits, everything is available in the content repository. So currently, if I talk about, we have 55 batches which are currently running at this Polyprep LMS for the students. So here you can see all the batches, the topics, the start date, the end date, the timings, the type, state, and the teacher, and the number of students in each batches. Now, if I talk about the settings of the batches, like the attendance part, if I talk about, you can see, you can just click on the batch. Here you can see overview, the schedule. Once we create a batch, the complete schedule of 30 days, which we can see over here, the timings of from starting from 27 July till 29th of August, automatically the LMS has made the complete schedule. We have to do nothing. We have to just input our start date and end date. The entire schedule will be made by the LMS. If I talk about the class recordings, like suppose if any student has skipped his class or maybe missed, so it's simply we have to go on this class recordings, and a student will be able to view the class recordings. Like for example, over here I am just showing you how it is being shared with the student. This is a summer training on MATLAB. Very, you can see 2 hours, 2 minutes. This is a class of 27 July, that is yesterday, when this class was being conducted, and the summer training, the class recording is available for the students now. So this is the class of yesterday on MATLAB. So I'm just, because we have no time, so I'm just skipping. Modules, we can see over here that this is the modules which students can see. Assessments, suppose if there are the assessments, we can see all the assessments over here of the students. What attendance part. This is how the attendance can be, it is being marked automatically, and the download, if we download, the attendance will be downloaded in form of Excel. So here we can, and also there are many other options like cancel or delete class, course materials, attendance, manage assessments, certificate, upgrade the progress of the student. Everything could be done from here. So this is how a student is, getting the classes, doing the classes on over here on LMS. Assessments, you can see the assessments also of the students. Any of the student, if I talk about, we can see the assessment of the students. If I go on settings, yes, in web conference, if I talk about, sir, we have we have GoToMeeting, Cisco WebEx, and Zoom, which is being enabled over here. Nothing to do. We have to simply just take the API, integrate.
Sorry to interrupt you in between. Rather, you spent the first 15 minutes more on introduction that could have been skipped.
Yes.
And next time, whenever you give session, you should not tell where you visited and how you visited. Better you tell about your product.
Yes, sir. This is the product.
I have to stop you.
I just didn't know how the time flew, and and after that, because.
Yeah.
So this was just about our product. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So quickly, I just want to know, because many of the participants, although they have some other questions, but the very important question they ask is it paid LMS software?
Sir, LMS, yes, it is paid, but yes, we are also running many free courses for the students, where students are getting training on different modules on very minimal cost. Either it is free or it is courses of 200, 100, or maybe 500, very minimal cost for the students. And if the colleges want to acquire such kind of an LMS, they can get it through an SAS model, where the entire support will be given by the team, and they can just create their courses.
Please, participants, mute yourself. Yeah. So all I just want to know if it is going to be a institutional level membership or a personal level membership. So it can be used in that sense. So for that, I think your contact details has to be shared with the participants, or you can write on a chat box your email ID or whatever the contact details you want to be participants. So with this, I think Yashi, you have to mute yourself. The most disturbance coming from your side only, I observe. Maybe the connected with the camera, or maybe some additional mic, something has been attached by Rohit or someone. So anyhow, so just make a note over here on the chat box, your email ID or whatever the contact it is. So dear participants, you can contact her directly to know about the pricing, to know about how to be invited her to be for your campus or for your college or for betterment of your students, what kind of the courses, or even these participants will be asking, would they be able to put their courses also on your this, if they are going to be portable? So are you going to charge, or you are going to pay, or something, whatever maybe? So this is not the time. I think they will personally contact you, and then you can guide them when they are going to give their content, and the content is valuable as per your point of view, your standards of your poly prep. So this content also can be taken by you, and to be pay them some royalty also, because they have given us so many efforts. Otherwise, everybody saying thanks to you. It was a very prominent. I request my colleague Dr. Mahiraj to please propose a vote of thanks to Yashi Asthana, especially coming all the way from Lucknow to be deliver this purpose session to us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Manna sir. Thank you, ma'am, for giving such an informative lecture to us.
Thank you so much, sir.
This is a appreciation certificate from organization.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. And it was really wonderful being a part of this FDP program. And yes, I just skipped about the timing part, and I was just going to the PPT. And the rest part of the demonstration did not got much time, but still I have shared my number and my email ID with all the participants. Those who really want to be a one of the members of this polyprep and they want to use the services, definitely they are welcome for the same. And it is not about, it is on very meager cost, we are using it as an SAS model, so definitely people can be connected with this polyprep and without any big investment in the LMS, and they can use the facilities. And I can definitely individually can show the demonstration, or my team can give the demonstration of the same later on. Maybe the numbers have been shared. Maybe if anyone skipped, Dr. Manna sir, I would request कि आप please मेरा number pass कर दें. I have already shared on the chat room for all of the candidates. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
And